Okay, I'm starting a new video on this because it is a really long one and I should have paid attention to how long it was and shorten it up. But you guys, if you want to see what's going on, you'll watch it all. If you kind of just want to not, you can fast forward it, whatever. I'd like you to watch it all, but if it doesn't work for you guys, whatever. I understand, you can't always watch everything, and it can get very long. But my videos are usually not this long, like I said, but they used to be long, and then I found people are not watching them, so I was making them shorter. But I really don't want you to miss the process of what I'm doing. It's not one of those, I mean, I can, yeah, stop between the drawing stuff, but it's not one of those videos. It's just not. So I'm just going over the crayon watercolor with this, just drawing it over. For the egg marks, that's totally what I want to do. I want to give it a hint of cracks. I don't want it to smear across the page and whatnot, like shading and whatever, like, you know, more like the lips and or the around the eyes and whatnot. And I didn't even want to give him like a defined eyebrow or anything like that, because I mean, he's like an egg and he's looking sad, and that's good for me. And I'm just going to add a little bit more water there with my brush, and I'm just going to pull away some of the water. So you just make sure you got a clean area. And just pull away some of the color. It's not like over amount of pulling it off, but it helps. It helps. It helps. I'm just trying to blend it in a bit more. Pulling it away. And he's looking good. He's looking very good. I think I might even put a pinch of rosy cheeks. Even though he's this, oh, that's brown. Even though he's quite miserable, this could have a pinch of rosy cheeks. So I'm just going to put some crayon, watercolor crayon, see how that works. I could do pencil, but I'm just going to do the crayon, because I'm just going to do a spot. Now I got something on there. If that's from my brush, I don't know. But it's still nice. It's perfect, and just like you're forcing me to try to be jolly. Look. It's great. Is this red? Yes. I'm going to just do a little bit on his lips just to get a bit of a different color. And that's done. He's done. We can almost put a little darker under his eye. And I'm going to go in with pencil, just a little darker under his eye. There's a little gray. Baby. Or I could dot it with ink. I didn't really want to make him a brow, but I think I'm going to make him just a little bit of a base. Just like that. So he is done. This character is done. Now what I have for him is I cut up some foam, because when I want to put him on the back, I don't want it to be like all weird. So I wanted to have a foam backing. I'm going to make sure he's pretty clean here, like nothing's going to come off. And so I cut out some foam and I put it like this back here and put it on. But I was looking at this, and where he's going to go is right here. So I'm thinking I'm going to heat up this foam and see if it'll take the shape of this or if I have to cut it out. So let's heat it up. We really want to heat it up because now look, it even took my fingerprint. I'm going to heat it up a little bit. I'm going to stick it right here. And see if it will take the shape and be a little more flat, because it's taken the shape of the wall on there. And we'll see how comfy. I had to take these off of the old, couldn't find my foam, so I had to cut up an old pumpkin foam thingy. But just like that. So then he's not more up on the wall. And yeah, it worked. It's taken the shape of the wall and it's sinking in. So then he's more flat. So I like that. So what I'm going to do now is stick this guy behind here. And what I found for the adhesive to be very, very good, where is it? The adhesive, oh, it's right here. Elmer's rubber cement I found to be work perfect with foam. I know there's special foam glue, but I have used rubber cement and was able to stamp with my stamps that I've made immediately after spreading it on to my foam and onto my cardboard pieces. So I like the result, so I'm going to use this instead of having to go out and buy another product. He's working fine, this product, Mr. Elmer. So, and here's our melted piece. It's got the shape of the background indented in it, and look, it worked really good. You guys can see that. So the experiment worked well. It's on that paper. Rubbing that Elmer glue and the foam pieces into the cardstock, which is working perfectly. It's perfectly glued. All the edges are down. So it worked really well. That was no pausing the video or stopping it. So it's great. It works. So if you don't have a foam glue, that works perfectly. So I noticed here that my little foot's moved, so I'm going to cut the little background piece off. No, actually it wasn't it was on the egg. I didn't cut that one off yet. There we go. So before I put all these little pieces together, I did ink the edges on everything, so even the mouth, and so it looks really finished and he pops out really nice. So now he's ready to go onto his little background. Just perfectly like that. This little piece of whatever it is really bugging me. It's something. I don't know what it is. I might have to put something there because it's really bugging me. This is something in the background. Well, it's getting lighter. Maybe it was a piece of lead. Everything kind of crumbly. It just could be anything. So here he is. Very nice. I could add more to the background. And I was thinking of adding more to the background. So to make it frame it in more and whatnot. I want to add a little bit of grass as well. So I found these jelly prints from Josie, and they got some nice green and gold in them, and I cut up some pieces to add to this, so I like them, and I have them on there, so I think that's going to look really cute. So I'm going to Mod Podge those pieces down. Sorry guys, my arm's in the way here, big time. Big time. So I'm going to Mod Podge those pieces down. And ooh, dip that in there. Usually it's so empty. I filled it up again. So I'm going to Mod Podge those pieces down and add some different texture on it. Be very careful on how much glue I'm adding. I don't want to get the medium all yuckified and smear too much here. If you go over too much, it will. You might do that. So I think this is her, like, she's got some metallic paint. I don't know what they're called. Silks or something, I think they are. That's what they, I don't know. I haven't tried them, but I think that's what she was talking about when she was using to make these, or some of these similar stamped images. So I'm going to go a little bit over the whole thing here, but I'm not going to go too much because I don't want to smear anything and make it into mud. But it's the alcohol ink, so it should be not too bad. And it was set in there with heat, so. I also want to buff a little bit of black paint over the bricks too, to give them a little bit of the raised areas, some shadow. So that's going to look nice. Going to give that a dry. Again, this is what it looks like. It's really looking cute. I don't have like any idea what the background should look like, except for the brick. There wasn't too many like full photographs, but I thought, you know, now I'm just going to go over a little bit like this to do a dry fingering of the paint onto, if that's even a good term, because it's onto the raised areas. Doing a bit of an edge. All the way around as well. I did want to add some grass, but I don't know, like, I just don't know what I want to do for that. I'm wasting paint, I know I could be using it, but right now I don't want to bother pulling something else out. I just want to look at this. Look at Mr. Dumpty's place. It's looking really nice. I think I'm going to leave it like this. I'm not sure. I was going to add more trim to it, but I don't want to do overly much. Let's see if I did a little lace, how it would look. I'll just throw it over top to see here. I'm not liking the lace. I think it looks a little too Mother Goose. I mean, I know this is supposed to be nursery rhyme, but he is a guy. I'm making him a guy. So that one's too much. Let's see, I grabbed another piece of lace. It's just, I'm not sure if it was just the right tinge of blue, maybe. Let's see. My goodness. So now I'm going kind of right in between the leaves, which is really kind of coolness about it, but will it look good with his coloration? I don't know. I don't think so. So that is it. He will not have that. I could probably ink some thing in the background if I really choose to. Okay, since the other day Roz pulled out her rolling inking Stampin' Up! Roller, maybe I should pull up mine and do a little bit of that. What do you think? Let's do a little bit of that. Just a tad. It would be really sucking really bad if I just totally destroyed it. But there, that's what I did. I did a little bit of that. I love that roller, and Roz was using it on her Journaling by Fives. You should check her out. It's Roz Willoughby, and she has, oh, I like it. It just does it, doesn't it? She has a great technique. I love it because, well, everyone has a great technique when they're doing their Journaling by Fives, but I mean, I don't know. There's certain bunch of people that I watch and that I really enjoy. So I haven't watched everyone though, so I guess I can't really say, but she's really enjoyable to watch. So if you guys want to go check her out, she's really cool to watch with her Journaling by Fives. Roz Willoughby. She is an Aussie. And I'm just getting this a little bit more here. Closer. Closer. So, guys, I really hope you do try this challenge out. There's lots of nursery rhymes to choose from out there. So now my question would be, I would have to use my stuff here, rubber cement, to put him on the water, to put him back here. So I'm just going to see where he looks best. I'm going to get this all good and gooey. This rubber cement's great. If you use it right, you don't get it all over your fingers. Anyways, I think that stamp, that roller stamp, just did the job. It's so perfect for what I wanted. I was just missing a little something on that background. And I was like, oh, I can do this and do edging and, you know, a bunch of stuff. But I want the main important thing on the whole page to be Humpty, not my background being spectacular, like overly, like where everyone's staring at the background. I want everyone to stare at Mr. Humpty here, so I want to make sure he fits on here nice. I gotta make him down. Fit into your groove, mister. See, I did blow dry that, so he has a bit of a groove. He does. And you know what's really nice is that it worked. And it's just like making stamps. When you blow dry your stamps, or you blow dry your any kind of thing that's a hard surface that you can heat up, and then well, you blow dry the rubber stamp or the rubber foam, and then you put a hard surface on it and push down, you can make stamps like that. I was going to do a video on that. You can make stamps like that. So if you guys are interested in me making a video on that, I know other people have, so you can look it up, but I just don't know where. But you can make really cool background texture stamps like that. So I'm just kind of rubbing, and look at all my dirty fingers, which is good. That's why I'm putting a nice the clean side of him, the clean side of the pad paper on him, so I can rub around. And now you know you can use foam dots and all that kind of stuff for this thing, but now I have a piece of whole foam. His whole egg, his whole body is lifted up, and it's not going to sag in different spots. So that's why I did that. Okay, so I did do a little test. This is the same side. I was making sure I was doing the same side of what he would look like if I had a little bit of white on him. And I might just put a little bit of white on him just to give him some highlight. I don't know. I don't know like the light source is coming from, but and of course this is very very stinking pain in the butt kind of a pen thing to be using. Because the way it's not necessarily coming out the way it should be. It's just like that stuff for mistakes, right? So could be a mistake doing this. Could be. Trying to make sure I'm not moving him around too much. There, make a little bit of a ball there. Yeah, there we go. Because I put the Mod Podge on there, well, it's just a little bit more of a slicker surface. It wants to, crap. It wants to, sorry guys, what language? It wants to move around a bit, my egg so far. Because it's just a little slicker surface. Where I put my pencil? So he's like this, a little bit like maybe off on the highlighting, but it's not too bad. A little hard to control. Little hard to control the I'm just going to put a little bit over it. Where did I just put it? Again, I removed it. Adding just a little bit on it so I can darken it up. It's really hard to control the white out stuff, the erase stuff, but it's okay. It looks good. It looks good. So I gotta get something, a little weight on it, just to keep the edges from going up a bit. I'm just putting a little bit more of this onto the edge. I could probably fool around with this forever, you guys. You guys know how your projects are. Just go and go and go and go. But this is what it's looking like. Very nice. Okay, friends, this is Humpty Dumpty. So Mr. Dumpty here is now done, I believe. I added a few more things. I added the tea cup like I wanted to in the beginning, and the grass, as you can see. I put it on the pop dot, the teacup, so then it's out further, and of course he's holding the handle behind. I did do more shading and watercolor crayon around the edges, and I did go over his shirt and his tie and his lips with Mod Podge after I had done the shading and whatnot. And I kept his egg shell doll. You can see the sheen when I'm moving him back and forth. And I kept his t-shirt doll. I did go over a little bit of his leggings with the painters, because the stripes were just not getting dark enough for me. But I did not Mod Podge them. And so I added ink all the way around to darken it up a little bit on the edges, and now I am complete. I did, I also added watercolor blue. They're two different shades, a very nice dark blue and then a light blue in his eyes, and then I also added the correction pen to his eyes, which was luckily came out just enough, not too much to mess up his whole eyes. I was taking a big chance there, but it did work. And so this is how he's turned out. He's all done now, and this is what I'm hoping. I'm going to put him in a frame and whatnot, but I hope everyone gives this a try. So give it a try. If you like this video, thumbs up please, and subscribe if you haven't before, and you guys share so that other people can see and, you know, maybe subscribe or just even see and try it. So, and have fun. Everyone just have fun together, right? Okay guys, thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.